If you thought Yoruichi was the only powerhouse from the Shihoin clan, think again. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. It's Thick Boy Gohan, and today I'm breaking down a character who might have caught you off guard during the Thousand-Year Blood War arc, Yūshirō Shihōin. Now before we get into today's deep dive, I want to give a quick spoiler warning. This video covers events from the Thousand-Year Blood War arc, including major fights and plot twists. So if you haven't finished the anime yet, or finished the manga, come back to this video once you've caught up. And while you're here, go ahead and hit that subscriber button. I'm working toward my goal of 1,000 subscribers and would love your help getting there. Also, if you want to dive deeper into more Bleach character discussions, check out my Bleach discussions playlist. It really helps the channel's watch time and supports the channel. Now without further ado, let's get into today's video. Yūshirō is the younger brother of Yoruichi Shihōin, and a member of one of the four great noble houses in Soul Society, the Shihoin clan. Now I remember seeing him for the first time and wondering, where the heck has this kid been? Seriously, he pops up out of nowhere. And I'm like, he low-key looks like Yoruichi. Then boom, we find out that's her little brother. He's polite, he's well-mannered, and completely loyal to his big sister. But don't let his soft look fool you, Yūshirō is actually quite powerful. He has dark skin similar to Yoruichi, long black hair, and it's tied into a thick ponytail. He wears pink gloves with white trimmed shoulder pads and a black bodysuit. He stands out with his outfit alone, and again I think it must be a Shihoin thing because a lot of them seem very fashionably forward. But what makes him really interesting isn't his look. It's the role he plays in one of the biggest arcs in Bleach. Yūshirō is someone who cares deeply about family. That's very clear when he tears up after missing the chance to see his big sister Yoruichi before she left to the Soul King's palace. He rushed to help her with supplies and support, but when he arrived, she was already gone. You could feel how much he wanted to be by her side. Like, he just seemed like he had so much disappointed, like, dang, I just missed my sister, you know? Very little brother energy. And he also shows a very strong respect towards the Gotei 13. He actually bows and thanks them for watching over his big sister, as if Yoruichi needs anyone to protect her, but it just goes to show that he really does care for his sister. And it's a good reminder that even in a war like this, Bleach gives us real emotion between characters. A lot of these scenarios seem like very normal and human reactions. And despite being calm and respectful most of the time, Yūshirō actually does have impulsive moments. Like when he runs straight into danger after seeing Yoruichi's spiritual pressure in Warwell, only to nearly fall off a floating city. Again, he's young, he's a kid, I don't know how old he is because you know Bleach characters are much older than what they look, but he kind of reminds me of like maybe a 12, 13, 14-year-old kid, very angsty, high energy. Like that's the kind of vibe that I get from him. Now in the Thousand-Year Blood War arc, Yūshirō's entrance is actually very emotional. He tracks down Urahara, Shinji, and the other Visored, hoping to join the mission to support Yoruichi. When he learns she's already left, like I said before, he's crushed, but he still insists on helping. Later, when the Gotei 13 and the Visor break into Warworld, he joins them officially. Now here comes one of my favorite scenes, and again, like I said, didn't know that this boy could fight too. He actually senses Yoruichi and races to find her. In this moment, he's trying to be strong, but he still acts like her little brother. He just wants to protect his big sister. And when he finally finds her mid-fight against Askin Nakk Le Vaar, he charges in without thinking. Again, very reckless, very, preteen, teenager energy, not thinking before he acts. Now Yūshirō bursts onto the scene in classic Bleach fashion. Big energy, fast movement, fist flying. He uses a technique called Shunkō, Bakuen Musō, and I hope I pronounced that right, which surrounds his back with pressurized Kido and unleashes a fiery explosion, which I think is very interesting because it looks like Shunkō is a technique that utilizes elements that best suit the user. So Yoruichi has a more lightning-based Shunkō, and then Soifun is more wind-based, so it looks like Yūshirō is more fiery explosion kind of base. So it's really cool that you can kind of change the element depending on the person. But that being said, this moment actually had me super hyped because even Askin admits that Yūshirō's spiritual pressure is stronger than what he expected, meaning that this kid, as young as he is already showing promise to being very powerful once he gets older. And it was definitely clear that he trained under Yoruichi and that he learned really fast. His Hakuda, which is hand-to-hand combat, it's sharp and precise, and his Shunkō, which had a fire-based twist, that actually fit his personality more, like I said earlier. So this kid is already kind of showing signs that once he does join the Soul Society, he's going to be a very, very good asset to Soul Society as a whole. Now, even though Yūshirō isn't as experienced as Yoruichi, his power and speed let him keep up with some of the most top tier threats in the verse. Again, Askin Nakk Le Vaar is no pushover. He's not someone who is weak. He's very, very powerful, and the fact that he could even throw hands and react to Askin is a testament to the kid's abilities. Still though, Yūshirō isn't invincible, and I think that just comes to his childish angst. Even after attacking Askin, he thinks he's won. He did not finish him off, he didn't double check, and then Askin obviously he survives and then blasts him with one of his reishi arrows, taking Yūshirō out of the fight. Which sucks, you know, because I think that if Yūshirō would have just kept up the pressure, I don't think he would have beat Askin, but he definitely would have done a bit more damage to him. And it's pretty tough because it's like, dang, like you want to see these characters win, but obviously this fight wasn't for him to win. I think it was just to kind of showcase that Yoruichi has a little brother and just kind of show like the Shihoin clan has promising talent. And again, it was so refreshing to see that he was so eager to protect his sister, but he doesn't think tactically, and in Bleach that literally can be fatal for you. So with time, I think Yūshirō will be a very solid combatant on the battlefield. I want to pause real quick. There's a moment between Yoruichi and Yūshirō that I thought was so brother-sisterly vibes. Yoruichi's face when she's interacting with Yūshirō and like Yūshirō's kind of like, you know, doting over her, she almost looks like not annoyed, but just kind of like, this kid literally is using Shunkō, his hand-to-hand combat is on point, like why is he making this look so easy? And I think the implication is Yoruichi had to try really, really hard to master her craft over hundreds of years, and it looks like Yūshirō is really taking quickly to learning these arts very, very fast. So I think they're implying that Yūshirō actually might be more talented than Yoruichi in some areas, and you can just tell that Yoruichi is just like a little annoyed at that, but it's playful and it's cute. I don't think she's like, you know, seriously like hating on her brother, but that's just something that I noticed. What do y'all think? Do you think I'm reaching, or do you think that's the vibe that they were giving off? Now, I do think that Yūshirō is a great example of what's to come in Soul Society in the next 100 years. I think he is the example of, I guess, what the next generation, what the legacy of Soul Society will look like. Like, he's a clear representation of what the future is to hold for Soul Society for sure. He's not the most powerful character in Bleach, but his role adds a deeper layer to the Shihoin family, and again, we got those more wholesome moments and fleshed out that family a bit more. He's a reminder that Soul Society has noble families with traditions, relationships, and responsibilities. So between the Shihoin and the Kuchiki clan, I feel like those two clans are still very much rich in culture and rich in Soul Society. They haven't truly fallen off. Granted, I know Yoruichi's position was a bit questioned, but it looks like the Shihoin clan has still been able to maintain their status. Now that Core 4 of the Thousand-Year Blood War is coming in fall of 2005, thank goodness we got an announcement. I hope we get more time with Yūshirō. Even though his big moment already happened, I think he deserves a little bit more development, and maybe we can get that through flashbacks, a little bit more insight with his training with Yoruichi, or maybe they can give us like a future mission that shows his growth since the fight with Askin, because we might get the Hellverse. I don't know how they'll use him, but that would be cool. What I'm saying is he definitely has potential to carry the Shihoin name forward in a new way, because I don't think Yoruichi is actually going to ever return to her post. I think that she prefers living in the human world with Urahara, and that's a relationship that I should talk about in the next video as well. So I hope that you guys all learned something. Yūshirō isn't just Yoruichi's little brother. He's a skilled fighter in his own right. He's very passionate about his family. His moments in the Thousand-Year Blood War arc are short but memorable, and they show us just how much heart this series still has, even in its final war. If you enjoyed this breakdown, help me hit my 1,000 subscriber goal by clicking that subscribe button, and check out my Bleach discussions playlist for more character breakdowns, lore dives, and arc analysis. Thanks for watching. This is Thick Boy Gohan, and I'll catch you in the next one.